Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome any newbies and welcome back to my subscribers. Today's video, 5 things you must do today to set the vibrations in your home for the new year, the next year coming, 2021. How exciting. This year has been a whirlwind, has it not? Yeah, so what's in store for 2021? Well, that's for you guys to decide. And it's really important, and the reason I wanted to do this video is because a lot of people want to bring in things in the new year, right? You want to start a clean slate or you set those intentions, but they actually don't work because you know how the idea is like the cup, when it's full, you can't put more water, more goodness, more into it. You have to empty the cup in order to receive, right? This cup in this sense is your home. If you're trying to bring in new energies, especially the environment when we spend most of our time, there. And then also on top of it, especially for people who have been working from home this past year, all of those energies are still in your home. So what I'm gonna do is show you these 5 ways that are absolutely foolproof. And when you follow them, and I'm gonna make them consecutive for you, because a lot of people will give you these 5 ways, right? Or different methods. And what they won't do is they won't put them in the line that they're meant to, because each one builds on the other, right? So one example is a lot of people would say sage, right? Sage the space and do this, which is great. But if you have a bunch of old energies still stuck there, you're saging old energies, and it's still not the optimum result. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Sarah Alotabi. I'm a law of attraction coach. I'm a speaker, an international speaker, and an author, and I'm dedicated to making videos on this channel to hold us all accountable to being the best versions of ourselves. I'm in this with you guys. I always am trying to build myself to that next level, and I'm here to support you along your journey too. So the reason that we want to do this, again, your container is so important, and your container is not just your body, which we'll talk about, but it's also your home, your surroundings, what's in your environment. Because, right, just as I've said before, your environment, your surroundings is like your newspaper. It shows you what's going on in your mind, because everything that's in your environment is showing you your beliefs. When it comes to abundance, when it comes to wealth or luxury or quality of life, when it comes to lack even. And it depends, right? Because minimalism can kind of be in the gray area, but I'm gonna talk you guys all through this and show you exactly how to do that. So the first step that we're gonna be covering, obviously and clearly, is decluttering. Now, a lot of people will tell you about decluttering, but they won't actually explain all the areas that you actually need to do this. Some people will just think, spring cleaning, I'll just go through my clothing closet and get rid of some clothes, and that's fine. In this action, and when you're speaking about the universe and spirituality relative to how we bring in these energies, it's not just your clothing, it's everything. Even the kitchen, looking at medicine cabinets. This is something I did just recently. I went through my whole medicine cabinet. I got rid of anything that had expired, anything that I didn't need before, and I did this to shift my health energy. When you hold on to old medication, you hold on to things from past illnesses, anything like that, it's almost in anticipation in your mind of it happening again. So you want to have that medication on you. Obviously, if you need certain medicines, keep them if you're currently being treated. But I'm saying I had ones that were there from years ago, even some that were expired a lot. I had a whole black trash bag filled with medicine in my cabinet. And it was like, wow, I didn't need that. You don't need that. You just hold on to old energies. And the reason I actually share this with you guys is, for some of you who know my story, I went through a huge medical scare about 7 years ago that I just never thought would happen to me. So after that, I kind of went into the whole hypochondria. Everything was if some of you get what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments below, where it's like you're constantly questioning because you just feel like you know too much. You know too much, so everything becomes something. And now I finally got to the stage through the practices with law of attraction where it doesn't have to be something. Everything, like, I feel so much more centered, confident in myself, changing my diet, so many things that I've done to help get rid of all of those old energies. And that's why I say, when it comes to decluttering, declutter everything. It is not just your clothing, it is medicine cabinets, it is books. Some people want to hold on to books. I understand that for sentimental value, but getting rid of the ones that you don't need, giving them to people. See, decluttering in the energetic world is so important to actually give things that you also like. It's not just about giving away things that you never use, but even more so, if you can give something that you like, but in the energy of knowing that more or something better or something you want is going to come to you later on, that's the perfect energetic frequency to be in. So it's not just about, okay, I've used this, I need to get rid of it, it's done. It's more like, what can I give that I don't actually need right now that will help empty that cup to allow in all the new things that I want to flow in 2021. So take a look at that. Also, kitchen. Get rid of some of the pans and things that you've had for years. You have duplicates of them and maybe they're all like scratched up, things like, just get rid of the things that you don't need. I promise you, you will feel so good when you do this too. That's just one of the benefits. The other benefits is in the universal like elements of the law of attraction. That whole law will attract and give room for all these new things to come to you in each of those areas. So now we'll move on to the second thing. The second thing has to do with furniture. And for those of you who don't know, I actually am an architect and interior designer. That's kind of where my journey began. But for furniture wise, move things around in your home. A lot of people will clear things up, they'll declutter, but then the furniture will stay in the same place. And there's a level of stagnancy with that. And this honestly is another problem that people face when it becomes this fixed energy. As we know, energy likes to move. And the key in law of attraction is emotion, right? Energy in motion. Energy likes to be fluid, like water, like fire, like air. All of these elements, they need movement. When something is stuck for too long, it loses its vibrancy, it loses its energy, it loses that zest, right? So what you want to do is in your home, rearrange some things. If you need a bit of direction, Feng Shui is what I go to. There's so much information online and resources that you can find. Look up your KUA number, K-U-A number, mine's 6. But look up your KUA number and it will tell you what directions you should place things in, like where your head should be pointing when you sleep. Different areas, what direction is best for your work, right? What you should be facing to get that energy, to get that, it's like an uplift. I notice myself, if I'm facing a different direction, I can tell the work quality actually isn't as good. It's really crazy. But yes, so definitely do that. Look at rearranging the furniture. And what I also wrote down is changing colors. If you're an accent person, you have accent colors, change colors in your home. Bring in that new energy, that new zest that you want for 2021 by changing some of your accent colors, whether it be paint on the wall, which is super easy and efficient, or it could be some throw pillows. Look for that change, because what you're showing the universe is that you are open to receiving new. You are open to bringing in what it is you want to manifest. You are not so stuck and fixed, that you're ready to be molded and like malleable, right? So definitely do that. Now the third one, this has to do with the body. So again, container 1, your home, container 2, your body. And I'm gonna take a sip of this. I've been holding it for a while, guys. I just wanted to come and chat with you because this is so important, and I've been thinking about doing this video for so long. And I think when you overthink things as well, especially with the law of attraction, you don't get the energies, but the energies were so ripe today. They were like, you need to do this video. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so let me take that break. So body. I did a 3-day fast recently. And again, why I told you in the beginning, I do these videos because I will try everything and do everything before I ever recommend it to somebody, because I know that it's either worked or not worked for me. So I did a 3-day fast recently, and it was one of water fast. It was one of the most enlightening experiences that I've had in a while. Just because you're put in a very interesting situation, and it's about getting over the fear mentality. And again, with this, I am not a doctor, so anybody who's on medication, if you're on medication currently now, you have to check with your doctor or anything if you can even do fasting. Please be careful, because this is what worked for me. And it doesn't work for everyone, but the reason I wanted to share it is because you can mix it. Like maybe you do an intermittent fast, maybe you try the 3 days. I know some people who have done a week, some people who've done 21-day water fasts. So it ranges depending on your mind and depending on that internal capability. You know, like if you mentally think you can do it, you will. If you don't believe you can, then you won't. But it was something that I really wanted to try, and this helps cleanse your internal body, because you attract what's in your environment. So you are this co-creator with your environment. So just as much as it needs to be set in your home, you need to set that in yourself. So with this one, what I did is for 72 hours, I just drank water. And the trick that I actually learned from somebody, a great friend of mine, was that you sip on water throughout the day. You don't want to be chugging water, because if you're drinking a lot of water at one point, it feels weird and your body doesn't process it right. So what I did is I drank and sipped water throughout the day for 72 hours. And you guys will think it's wild, but I actually had way more energy when I was fasting, doing this water fast, relative to when I'm normally eating the 3 meals or 2 meals a day. And it's shocking, because we're told for a lot of our life that you need 3 meals a day and you can't miss this, and oh, if you don't have food, a lot of it's like survival, right? You think you won't be able to survive, but in actual fact, I was thriving. I was doing workouts that were heavier during the fast and still feeling great. I wasn't feeling lethargic. I thought my energy was going to drop. I thought all of these different things, all of these things, you know, that we are just instilled in our minds from a while back. But it was great. And ever since that experience, I plan to do it every single month. But again, this is clearing old energies. The reason it's so good is all of that stuff stuck in your intestine, things like that, all of the toxins, it puts your body into a state where it has to focus on the essentials to keep them running. And then with the water, it's just flushing everything out of your system. So it was a beautiful experience and I absolutely loved it. And it was something great to prove to myself, the discipline in the mind, that you can stay disciplined for that change. Because as we know with habits, it takes discipline to break those. You need to be disciplined to do something different and stick to it. So the fasting doesn't just help your body, but it helps train your mind for that discipline needed to go into the future, bring in that future version of yourself, bring in those abundance manifestations, bring in that new love that you want to match with, right? You want to be that vessel to bring in that person. So beautiful, beautiful. Let me know if you guys try it, put it in the comments below, or if you've done a fast before, a water fast, I would love to hear about that. And fourth one, create an energy zone. You can see mine up here. This is my energy zone, and it's put in the directions again, check your core number, but it's put in the direction that is most for me with abundance and wealth and happiness, areas like that. So you want to position your energy zone. That's what I'm calling it. People have different areas. Some people do altars depending on your religion. It's different, but you want to take high vibrational items, either crystals, things that have value and mean something to you, that build in that connection, and put them in an area that doesn't get touched, right? You want to leave it in an area where it's protected, where it can bring in and pull in those manifestations for you. So that work will do it. A lot of people will get crystals, they'll put them in random places, but actually the power of crystals really comes from when I actually have a video on this. It talks through how you can do this with crystals. I'll link it above because I don't have time to explain it all in this video. But what you do, right, is you want to cleanse them, you want to charge them, and then you want to consecrate them. And then after you've done that, you want to place them in an area in your home based on your qua number and your direction where it's going to bring in and attract that energy, right? And this also will be great for setting up the vibrations for 2021 so that you can manifest and bring in those energies into your home. And the great thing is to do this, right, after you've done the decluttering, after you've done your internal cleanse as well, after you've moved the furniture around, because you're building all of these great energies on top of one another in your home and in your environment, and then in yourself too. So that is so important. And the way you can use that different ways, everybody has their own practice, their own prayer, their own anything that you want to do. So this is just another way that you can multiply, right? You want to amplify, that's it. You want to amplify those energies, because before what was happening with me is I had them all kind of spread out around my room, and it's kind of like spreading energies in different directions. They're not necessarily in the best direction. So this will really help you again, just amplify that, get that pull. And then finally, what you want to do, there are two things. As I said, I had these in the picture, sage and Palo Santo. So sage is brilliant for getting rid of old energies, but there are two parts to this final one because I think both are really important. As I was going through, there are so many things that you could do. I wanted to choose 5 for you because these are the most important, but saging is very important. Now that you've gone through the process, you've decluttered, right? You've moved the furniture around, you've created that change in energy, you've cleansed yourself internally, and then finally you've created that energy zone. Now you can go through, sage your home, sage the rooms, get rid of anything that's still lingering, because you've moved a lot already, but there could be things that are still lingering. Do that, make sure all the windows and doors are closed. Then after you've let the smoke cleanse the space, you can say something along the lines of, I'm inviting new energies in, I'm cleansing and releasing to allow new energies in for the new year, 2021. Do that, then open the doors and windows and let those energies go. Bless them as they go. They served you in the past, they no longer need to serve you now, right? So that's one of the most beautiful things. And then just as an extra bonus, because I couldn't fit this all into 5, is that you want to set your vision for 2021 and you want to put it somewhere in your home. Again, look at your qua number, check out the direction that's best for you. But you really, really want to have, it doesn't have to be a clear idea. I know with law of attraction, the more specific you are, the better results that you'll get. But if you have a lot of wobble in that direction, what you want to do is give yourself general goals for areas that you want in your life and that vision, and bring it into spaces in your home. Say if you have a photo of maybe what a new kitchen is that you want to look at, or a new kitchen you want to have, say you have a new entire home that you want to have, say you have a new living area, say like you have all of these different things that you would like to bring in, maybe a new office workstation area. Put those photos around the place so that you can start to bring in those manifestations and set those visions for the things that you want to bring in 2021. That will really help you with instilling that and also inviting those energies in, right? Because you want to invite them into your home, you want to bring those in and just enjoy this process. So it's one of the best processes, and there are a lot of people out there who know these methods and practice them, and there are people who don't know them and don't practice them and still get results in a sense. And this is what I always explain to people about the law of attraction, is that you don't necessarily have to do these things because the law of attraction is always working for you. It's for special souls, ones that are really tapped in and actually understand the benefits and the methods and are willing to make the changes necessary to be able to communicate with the universe and work with the universe on that level, right? And in one version, if you want to not, you know what I mean? You're not necessarily working efficiently. You're just kind of letting whatever be. And that's fine. You can live a life like that, not necessarily knowing what's happening next, reacting to things. And there are many people on our planet that live like that. But when you have this awakening, which is happening now on the planet, and why this is so important is because the planet is going through this refresh right now. So we want to do this alongside Gaia. We want to do this alongside the planet, alongside what's happening with the energies now, as it's even more powerful. But when you have that alignment, that communication, the possibilities are endless for you in life. And that's what we want to see. We want to see everybody get to that highest potential. And that's the reason that I make videos on this channel, right? I want to help everybody get to that highest version of themselves and really bring in what it is, because the better that you are, the better that we all are. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, share it with anyone you think it can help, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm, again, dedicated to making videos on this beautiful, beautiful channel to hold us all accountable to being the best versions of ourselves. So for now, guys, goodbye.